back to another video. Droids and Bricks here, and today is not actually what was supposed to be happening. I had told you in our last video I'd be giving you a tour of my project car, but it is still thoroughly icy outside, like still a ton of ice outside. It's not gonna be happening today. Instead, what I have for you is this 6-wheeled monster, a truck that I've made. It has V8 in the front. It has 2 extra large motors, a servo, this battery box, which is a controller as well, and look at all those gears. The way this works is very simple. We have a motor here and a motor here. There's a gear on each motor. Those gears spin this gear. This gear is connected to a shaft that has 2 ends. One shaft is connected to a bunch of universal joints, which spins the engine at the same speed that this gear is spinning. On the other end of the shaft, we have a bevel gear, which leads to a differential, which leads to another bevel gear on another shaft, which goes to another bevel gear to another differential. This thing has 4 wheels spinning, and assuming there's weight here, let me get my weight. It has some pretty good grip and can pull a lot, especially if it's geared down like this. We have an 8-tooth gear on each motor, and we have our 40-tooth gear here. Now, we don't have any suspension on the back because I didn't have enough suspension pieces, so these just act like leaf springs if they go over any bump. Solid axles with a leaf spring, I did not mean to do that. But up front, we have an independent suspension. Both sides have 2 springs. I would have put springs on all of them, but I don't have 6. I only have 4. So this is where I put the springs. We also have this support tower up here so that it doesn't bend. Like, you can see that it's actually working. But if we remove that support tower, that support beam, oh, we have our support strap removed. That suspension is so stiff, these actually bend in. And we don't want those doing that. So what I do is I put support strap up here. You'll also find this in many cars with an independent front suspension, but not all. Mine doesn't feature this. So there's not really much as in detail to this car. It's more about what it can do than what it looks like. However, this motor housing in here is probably the most complex part of it, and I'm going to show you how to make this once I can yank it out. And here we have the custom gearbox. So if we take this battery box and attach each motor, I'd have them stacked up, but they don't like to work when they're stacked up on each other for whatever reason, so I have to put them on their own output. So here we have my motor. Now look at that. Right now it's geared for power, but you can see both motors are spinning this. 2 motors spinning 1 gear gives you more power or more torque than you would have with, say, this 1 motor. So I'm going to show you how to build the basic layout and then how to gear it. Alright, so here you have everything you will need in order to make this gearbox. Now, you're not going to use all these gears at the same time. This is just so that you can tune it or adjust it. Let's do this. Alright, so now that we have the basic motor set up, now we can install the gears. So if you want it for extra speed, you'll place these medium gears on the motor end. Then you'll take 2 of these small gears and place each of them on your... Place those here and here. Then you'll take another small gear and do the same thing you did with these, both 5-stud long axle, put axle. Now I'm going to be testing each of these setups in the truck as well. There we go. Now our gear motor is set up for speed. Now, if you want extra speed, here we have 11 stud wide axles. What you do is you'd get 13 stud wide axles and 2 of these gears, but I only have 1, which is why I'm not showing you. You need to make these a bit wider because if you place this here, it's interfering with this. If you don't have this on, this is going to fall off. Then you remove these 2 small gears here and replace these medium gears with each of these big gears. How fast each one can spin as the tiger's intently staring at the wires, waiting to slap them. And you can see, that spins pretty decently fast. You can imagine how fast it's been with this thing. If you're kind of like, you want power and speed, what you'll do, take this off, remove this, this, and this. On the input end, you'll take a small gear and place it on there. Then you take these and place them here and here. Take a medium gear and then you'll put it on the drive end. Put the bracket back on. Doesn't spin nearly as fast as speed, but this is tuned between power and speed. Now if you want maximum power, you remove these, you won't need these, period. You leave the small gears where they are, take the output and put it on the large gear. And now, this is the most powerful you're going to get with 2 motors. 2 small 8-tooth gears and a big old 40-tooth gear. That is slow, but it makes a lot of torque. Yeah, that's not...
It was at this moment he knew. He fucked up.
Ow! Hey, don't try to stop it by pinching the gears. Oh! Whatever you do, do not pinch these gears while it's running. You will hurt yourself. Look at that. Bulletproof. This thing goes pretty fast. Now let's give it a bit more power.
2,000 years later.
So we finally geared it down for a little bit more power, but not quite all the power it can get. So it doesn't... Now let's see if I can hold the brick. Easy. So I've also made a custom trailer so that I can pull even more heavy items. Now let's get my toolbox. Alright, so we already have my big, comparatively heavy toolbox. Oh! An issue. I'm confident I could pull my toolbox, but these gears, plastic, they don't stick together very well under a heavy load. You guys can find any metal 20-tooth bevel gears or metal differentials for Lego, that'd be nice. Or if you know someone who could make those for me, that'd also be very nice. I don't think anything's going to be able to pull this toolbox, but we'll try this mode anyway.
1 eternity later.
Okay, so now we have everything set up for max power. Oh my goodness. So slow. But you know what? It doesn't get more powerful than this. We need to attach... Oh! That broke. So now we need to attach said trailer onto truck. Then we take this and place it over the tongue of the trailer. Oh yeah, easy! Not even phased. The toolbox. This thing I think weighs a decent like 10 pounds. Let's see if I can pull it. Same problem as last time. See, it has the potential to pull this. But because of those comparatively low quality plastic gears, they slip, they grind, and they can't pull anything. If they slip for long enough, they'll be toothless. Alright, so now I'm going to take this and I'm going to drive it outside. But first, I need to put on this custom phone adapter so that you can actually see it while I'm driving. Now, before you ask why I'm driving this outside, and yet I won't show you a tour of my car outside, It's much easier to slip on a sludgy driveway than it is on a dry road. If you're wondering where I'm getting all these parts from, this used to be a Ferrari, but it broke when I dropped it while carrying it by its roof. But don't worry, every single one of those pieces are going to be put into a body under this truck. Let me know what you'd like to see that body be. Also, please like and subscribe if you like this, and hit the bell after subscribing so you don't miss out on anything else. Alright, so we have everything set up, except I need to put the phone in the adapter. Yeah, that's gonna be it for today's video. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and hit the bell after subscribing. Please let me know in the comments what else you'd like to see. Anyway, that's all for today, and I'll see you in the next video. This cat insists on knocking my background over. I see that little tail. I know you're back there, Tiger. Come on out. I'm gonna knock over on you. Oops, did you do that, Tiger? There you are. Silly cat.